So what do you think of it? What do you think of the patch itself?
The last one, yeah.
Yeah, the one with the M4 and the op and the Anubis.
So yeah, I actually like Anubis, and my teammates love this map as well. But Valve should fix a lot of bugs, like a lot. There is around 15 Molotovs that you can throw through whole map. So it's basically, I think, some teams they're like heroic, maybe outsiders. They will do some interesting strats. I think they will do a lot of Molotovs, and it's weird, you know, because. On some tournaments, do you remember? It's the same like ancient Molotov when you do. So on some tournaments, Valve banned this Molotov. For example, on Blast, it always was allowed, I think. Yeah. So yeah, it's about Anubis. It's very. I like this map. M4, I actually saw that I'm gonna use 25 bullets M4, but when I played back with M4A4. I just changed to 30 bullets because much better. It's only price good for old M4. But still, if you aim in head, it's the same like before. Maybe on long distance it's different. And what else? 5 bullets. I think it's fine. You still have a chance at the beginning of round to do some wall bangs, and you can easily reload. And it's good that there is 35 bullets in magazine. For example, like in Valorant, you have 515. I think it's much worse than what we have in CS. But overall, it's nice someday. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had some oppers talking about Anubis in particular, that it is going to be an op rotation heavy map. Is that something you felt in the practice as well?
It's gonna be op rotation.
Yeah, a lot of op rotations to play well on the CT side, particularly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Dust 2 with rotations, but still at the end, any team can do easy execute on sides, and it's hard for Opera. I think maybe Opera at the end he need to stay more on B than on A. It's more harder on A, I think, if they do smokes and Molotovs.
So bringing Nipple into the system, how has the practice been so far, integrating him as a player on some maps and some roles?
He surprised me how he played Nipple. Nipple. Funny nickname. Yeah, he was. We had him on boot camp on Last Blast in Denmark. He didn't play. He was watching, and he had a lot of confidence. I think that he was ready to sit and play. So basically, he will play some maps, and some maps gonna play Vita.
Yeah, you talk about Nipple, but can you maybe put some words on him and how he is on the server, because he's very young.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of confidence in game. I think he has very good aim, and his understanding of game, for example, better than Beat had when he came in team. And he's very calm in game. He never show emotions or anything, like even in life. He's just focusing and just playing. And yeah, and he's trying to learn a lot. So yeah.
He's one of the many talents coming from the CIS region at the moment, with Bit, Manesi, and Dexter, and yeah, I can
mention as well.
Yeah, exactly. But why do you think the CIS region is so good to develop these talents?
I think it's because of academy. It's actually like in football. When NAVI create academy, I think they did it first with Astralis together. I mean, they expect that in few years they're gonna sell some players, they're gonna bring some players in main team, and they actually had a really good system. So like Amiran worked with them with NAVI Junior. Now Amiran he has higher, how to say this,
responsibilities.
Yes, in NAVI, and he's still helping them. And I think they just all the young players they actually really want to go to main roster. They want to visit some lands. They want to prove themselves. And I think it's like in football, and I'm glad that other teams, other organizations did the same with academies.
Yeah, I was talking to Majas earlier because you guys are opening against Vitality here, and of course he was saying, he's like, oh, we respect NAVI, it's still a good team, but he said that you guys don't kind of have the same, you don't infer the same fear into your enemies anymore than you did before. How do you feel about that statement? Losing that kind of maybe respect that teams would just give you off the bat because you were such a great team and where you're at now.
I think it's normal when you start losing, you lose some confidence, other teams get more confidence, and for them you're not as scary as we were in 2021. But yeah, I mean, I think I still believe that our team can beat any team, but it depends on players. It's I don't know, but yeah, our game became worse because when you change one player, for example, with Bumic, as I said before, we spent like half year at least, and we bring Beat as well, and we played. He was sixth player as well instead of Flaming. We spent like at least half year to become better. There we have Vitya. I think we spent with him 4 or 5 months, and there is one more new player. So it's difficult to start beat everyone, especially when you have players who didn't play at Tier 1 tournaments before. But yeah, I mean, NAVI still at the top all the time. That's why I always believe that we can beat any team, but at the same time we can lose to any team right now.
So the fall finals for you guys was a bit of a poor showing, losing out to Liquid and NIP. Coming into this event with Nipple coming to the system, can you perform to a higher level, and what are your expectations for this event for the team?
I think we can perform better because we can surprise our opponents, because we changed some positions. We have Nipple on some maps, and I think he's hungry, and we are hungry as well, because the last time when we won the tournament was in Lisbon. It was a long time ago. So yeah, just need to start good.
Again, do you have any thoughts on the Cloud9 Enters move? They're reportedly cutting Enters for another player, possibly.
I think they don't need to change anyone. I think he's doing good role, and overall their team is doing good job. They just, I don't know how they did, to sign some contracts with some, so they need to get some partnership to attend more tournaments, because it feels like they miss some LAN experience, because they have a huge LAN once in 3 or 4 months, and it's hard. You can just easily forget this feeling when you're on stage in front of people, and I think they're still strong team, Cloud9.
Do you think it's a problem with these more closed circuits tournaments?
You mean
yeah,
like all teams?
Yeah,
who signed?
the closed and with the partner teams and all that. And
I think it's okay, but to attend these tournaments you need to win other tournaments, right? I mean, I would be sad if I was in Cloud9 to not attend other tournaments.
I want to talk a bit about Electronic as well. Started off quite good with him as the Indian leader, winning in Lisbon the entire event. How do you see it now with him as the IGL, the entire setup?
I think he still need more time. He never been like AGL. He was second caller when we played with Zeus and with Bumic as well. He always gave some ideas, especially in mid round. Sometimes it's hard for him, and especially it's hard to tell everyone what to do. That's why Blade always tell us to help him as well, because he's in his new role. Yeah.
Is that why the tensions maybe became a bit high inside the server for you guys?
Tensions? What is tensions?
Tension. How can I say the chemistry? The people maybe shouting or not being on the same page?
It's not because of his IGL skill. No, it's because of losing, because of doing the same mistakes all the time. When you do mistake once or twice, you already like discussing this. It could never happen. But when it happens 5 or 6 times, it's actually very sad, and you're becoming just angry, and that's why. For example, on the last blast, there was some emotions towards Sandayan, but still, yeah. For example, I always believed, like even 3 or 4 months, I tell to my team and our organization that we need to keep Sandayan because he can play better. So yeah, but from camera perspective, it looks like I hate this guy, and yeah, I want to like remove him, but it was never true, never. You can ask him. You should ask him.
I know it's not your call, but would you stick with him?
Don't know.
Or maybe it is your call.
No, I believed more before, but it depends how, for example, how Nipple gonna play. As I said before, that organization need to decide and team how we want to play our next season, because it feels like we still don't understand 100%.
What do you think the team needs so that you'll be ready for 2023?
What do I think team needs? I think everyone need to step up on next level. I think everyone need to always work. There's a lot amount of work. I think we just I think we are losing our confidence because of individual performance as well. Like for example, my team, I know that if Bit played bad, he will be really sad. You know, he will be sad for next games as well. I think he needs to work on his mental thing. So yeah, we just need to. It's like new pepper, you know. When you change one player, it's new pepper. I'm telling my team that you should forget about all victories. I tell Bit that we are not major winners. I mean, we just need to forget all these results because it can. 1 second. Trying to remember English words. Yeah, just telling my team that we should start from the beginning, because now everyone playing on better level than 1 year before, and the next year team's gonna play better than before. It always works like this, and we should always progress. I mean, I still believe that because of war, our team just crashed, you know. Just only only because of war. Because before we lost our first LAN event, it was against G2. It was Katowice, semi-final. The war started 2 days before, and actually pretty sad when you're trying to do error, you're winning a lot, and not because we kicked some player or because something happened in team. No, just because of war in this world. And when you think about this, you're like, why? Like, why it happened with us? And that's it, yeah. One more question.
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about, you talked about how the war kind of like broke the moment where you were trying to build an era, where you're trying to build everything. Do you think now that in the situation you're in going into 2023, you can find your path back to where you were?
Yes, I think so, yeah. We just need to practice as much as possible. For last year we had like only 2 boot camps, I think, for 10 days. And in 2021 we had 5 or 6 boot camps with 2 weeks living. It's a totally different preparation for all tournaments.
So last year when the HLTV Top 20 was coming out, you said it's boring to know who's number one already. Is it going to be the same this year?
No, now it's not boring. Now
You're
it's
excited to see that?
yeah. Now it's interesting.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
That's all for me.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Good.
taking your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.